I grew up in a place they don't put on tourist maps. Harlan County, Kentucky, where the coal runs black. The people keep their mouths shut, and the land holds secrets like a jealous lover. My dad was a miner. So was his dad. And so was I. It was the only life anyone knew in Briar Hollow, a town built directly above one of the oldest and deepest mines in the state. Block C7, they called it. The Devil's Rib because it twisted underground like a broken spine. No one had been down there since the 1952 collapse that killed 14 men. Until the summer of '84. That's when we found the breathing hole. Was on the maintenance crew assigned to clear brush on the South Ridge, just a mile from the old Block C7 shaft, when the ground gave out beneath my partner, Ellis. He fell 5 feet into a fresh sinkhole, screaming like hell itself had grabbed him. We pulled him out. He was bruised but alive. What caught our attention wasn't the hole, though it was the sound coming from it. A slow, rhythmic inhale, exhale, like the earth itself was breathing. We thought it was gas. Called in the site manager. They brought meters gear, a small inspection rig, but nothing could explain it. The air was clean, and the sound was still there. 2 days later, they sent me and Ellis down the newly opened shaft against protocol, but that was Briar Hollow. Number, union, no oversight. Just flashlights, ropes, and balls. The descent was smooth until about 50 feet. Then the radio cut out. The tunnel widened unnaturally, like something had hollowed it out beyond the original build. I've seen mining cuts. This wasn't that. The walls were too smooth, too rounded, and the breathing grew louder. We hit a dry cavern, 200 feet down. That's when Ellis's flashlight hit something in the dark. A face, human, eyes open, pale as milk, staring straight at us from inside the rock embedded, like it had grown there. We screamed, backed up. Then we heard a voice, a whisper. You shouldn't have come back. We climbed. But the rope led us in a circle back to the same cavern. Same face, same whisper. We tried again. Same result. We left markers, chalk, tools, even blood when Ellis scraped his hand. But every route led us back to that room. The whisper changed. One may leave. Ellis turned to me, terrified. Jake, don't leave me down here. I swore I wouldn't. That's when he shoved me into the pit shaft and climbed. I don't remember hitting the bottom. I woke up hours, maybe days later at the mine entrance. Outside. But Ellis never came back. They never found him. They said he probably got lost and suffocated. Case closed. But I knew the truth, because that night I dreamed of the cavern, and Ellis's face was now in the wall. I moved away from Briar Hollow a year later. I found an old ledger in the mining records office before I left. One line stood out, Block C7, original dig uncovered non-structural cavity. Breathing anomaly noted. One sacrifice every generation recommended. It was signed in blood. Not ink. Final warning, last month, I drove past Briar Hollow on my way to a funeral. The town is gone, swallowed by another cave-in, but I swear, as I passed the edge of the old ridge, I heard something beneath the earth. The Appalachian mountains hold stories older than memory. They live in the mines, the woods, the walls, and sometimes inside us. If you've ever heard whispers in the wind or felt the land shift beneath your feet, maybe, just maybe, you were being watched too. Share these stories with someone who needs a scare tonight. And comment below, where are you watching Fear Begins from? Until next time, keep your eyes open and your soul guarded. Breathing. And when I looked in the rearview mirror, Ellis was sitting in the back seat. smiling.